Hey everybody, it's Ashley Ray from Let's Talk LetsTalkRayStyle.com. Hello, and Happy New Year. So I was supposed to post a end of year vlog, but some things happened and I didn't get around to it. But since today is the 1st of January, I thought, hey, let's do a New Year vlog. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that your last year was a good year, and I hope that this year is an even better year. So, for me, okay, I have been working on the same goal all of 2025, and I have not reached that goal yet. So, I'm a bit frustrated, to say the least, because I am a person that's very used to accomplishing every goal that I set forth. And to actively try and still not be able to reach the goal, I have to restructure basically and probably let some people help me, which is an issue, but not an issue. Learning how to receive help or take suggestions from people who are trying to get where you are going can be a difficult thing, because you can feel like you're doing all the things that they're suggesting for you to do and it's still not working. So that has been a struggle for me in 2025. And also my struggle with, excuse me while I readjust, my struggle with my personal relationships and boundaries. So there has been this weird energy in 2025. And now that I think about it, it's not actually that weird. 2025 was the year of the snake. And so it's like you see a lot of things in people. It's like they're shedding the skin that's been protecting, who they actually are and preventing you from seeing it. Because, we want to think the best of people. At least I do anyway. I always want to think that people's intentions are good and they mean you well because you mean them well, but that's not been the case. So I have been doing a great job with setting my boundaries. I think that was the last video that I actually did, was talking about implementing boundaries and how people don't like it. People have this thing with me, so it seems anyway. They want this unlimited access, and it's okay to a certain degree, but in 2026, I'm no longer interested in explaining myself. And I say that because I could be actively working on something. A lot of times I'll put my phone on do not disturb because I don't need to be disturbed. I need to be focused on what I'm doing. And my phone will be blowing up. People be blowing me up back to back. And I'll text them like, hey, I'll give you a call back. If I don't call back within an hour or two, I'm getting rage text messages. And I'm just like, why are we doing this? It's just not that serious. But people feel like you're supposed to respond to them, answer them, do whatever it is they need you to do, and they don't care about what you're doing or what you're working on. And so instead of consistently giving these people grace, I'm just done with it because it's just no point. So that goes into explaining myself. So normally I would call the person back or text them like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to avoid you, but why do I need to do that? Why do I need to do that? You obviously called me for a reason, right? So you know that I am dependable, or I must be doing something if I'm not returning your call or answering the phone at the time. And it seems like the more I explain myself, and this is not just with this particular situation, but just in general, when I'm trying to get someone to understand something, I will explain and explain and explain because I want to make sure that I'm clear and that you're understanding what I'm saying. But it turns out people actually think that you're lying when you explain, right? Excuse me. Oh, whipped cream in my coffee. Sorry. So people actually think that you're lying, and explaining is exhausting. So I'm just at the point where it doesn't even matter what's going on because 9 times out of 10 people don't care anyway. They just want what they want when they want it, and they want the answers that they want. And I'm just not interested in giving them to people. anymore. So I'd like to know a few things that you guys are interested in implementing in 2026. So for me, I'm still working on that goal, even though it's driving me crazy because I have so many things to do that are must have. I have state licenses that have continuing education courses that I have to stay up to date with. I, have a full time position somewhere and it requires a lot, a lot, a lot. And it often cuts into my personal time, which is my workout time, my yoga time, my reading time, my kikiing time. So I'm trying to do a better job. This is every year of time management. I really am. Um, oh, I'm mighty shiny. So I'm interested in knowing what you guys are working on. Oh, and I am going to try to stop spaving. If you don't know what spaving is, it's spending and saving because it's not working out for you. It's not working out for you, girl. I have to just save at the end of the day. I have so many things. I think about that all the time. Like, we are all obsessed with items, things, right? My house is full of things, clothes, shoes, dishes, furniture, everything. And it's just like, enough is enough. I don't need most of the things that I order unless it's I have a strict vitamin and face and body regimen, and those things cost money. Those things I am not willing to stop buying. My moisturizers, my skincare, my vitamins that I get from Dr. Berg and Mary Ruth. I do not plan on stopping those things at all. But the rest of the nonsense, I can do without. I have so many clothes. um we all have stuff because we are being advertised to every single day on every single app, except for YouTube for me because I pay not to have commercials. But we're being advertised everywhere and we don't need this stuff. Our world is in the state of emergency. Whew, that's a whole nother subject. See, I was going to try to keep this brief, but we're already going into 8 minutes. So y'all's queen, and I say y'all's queen because we all know that Little Kim is my queen. Okay, that's my queen of rap, and I love Cardi B. So Nicki Minaj pandering for the Republicans. Why? Why are we doing this? I don't even understand why we still have a Democratic and Republican Party. I don't even understand why we still have this system of politics. We the people. It literally says it in the Constitution. We the people. We the people actually have the power to destroy. I'm not going to say destroy. That sounds violent. America doesn't do much without violence, so I don't know. But I'm going to say we can deconstruct the current political system and build a new system that actually works for the people. Because if you haven't figured it out, my strategy is just that, so that it can be the poor, which is the working people, the elite, and the government. Those are our actual, I don't want to say enemies, but that's what we're up against. And people have not figured this out yet. Not mainly us, mainly them, but it is what it is, right? But anyway, back to Nikki pandering with the Republicans for no reason at all, because it's been proven time and time again that they are stupid. And I mean that in its literal context. Stupid, uneducated, and not willing to educate themselves, which is crazy because the amount of education that some of us have to have for the most simplistic things. And if you watch any of like the Congress meetings, which you can watch them all on YouTube, they're mostly all recorded to see what actually goes on the House floor. I wouldn't make it. The people that are in Congress are a special type of people because I can only tolerate stupidity for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm disengaging. Like, I'm either out of the conversation, I'm gonna tell you to stop talking to me, or I'm just gonna walk away. I've done that plenty of time to people. I'm just gonna walk away because it's not worth what you're saying. Doesn't mean anything, and what I'm explaining and that I can point out to you in facts, you're not receiving it just because you don't want to. So it's kind of no point. But yeah, so now people have put together a petition to deport Nicki. And I was now we know this lady is not going to be deported. She's not going to be deported. But it's actually funny, and it's just like, it's all of this because of your husband. And if this does not prove to people how important partnership is and people having the right people around you, so I'm sure that, you don't have to be rich in order to have to be extremely careful about who's around you and what they want from you, right? You could be a regular working person. You could be a person that is extremely wealthy, but who you marry, who your best friends are very important, because there's no way that this man is letting his wife go out like this. But then again, if you think about it, you're letting her go out like this mainly because it benefits you, because we all know you are Chester child molester, right? So all of this benefits her husband. He does not work. She creates jobs for him. Like, I don't even understand how she kept fans after supporting her brother and the things that he did with his ex-girlfriend's child. That was the first straw. But hey, she still had all these fans. They don't care about that, right? They don't care about that. And then you go and marry someone who went to prison for raping a woman, and then when people find this out, you and your team call threatening her, saying she better not say anything, when she wasn't saying anything to begin with. But it was just the fact that news and media outlets were finding out. So they blew this woman's whole life up even more, causing more trauma, having this brought to the forefront, and then on such a big platform. And then you call and you actually threaten her. Crazy work. But that is y'all's queen. And I'm going to leave it at that. That is y'all's queen. So anyway, I am hoping that you all have a great new year. Feel free to comment below anything that you plan on implementing. Not necessarily resolutions, just things to enhance your life. That's how I consider it. I think, every day that we wake up is a chance for us to be a better person or do things differently, etc. So, and we all know this is not the real New Year anyway, right? Pretty sure we all know that. But, we're colonized, right? We're doing what they do. So let me know, like I said, if you have any life enhancement adjustments that you plan on implementing this year, okay? Hopefully I can find the time to bring some more content. There's been several things I've been wanting to discuss, and I just have not had the time or the energy to do so. Hope all is well. Smooches.